Election exchange. We're joined by Panda of the Biju Janata Dal. Jay has represented the Kendrapara constituency in Orissa in the last Lok Sabha election. Jay, many thanks for joining us on the candidate. In our last conversation, you had asked me not to underestimate the power of regional parties. Are you seeing any kind of Modi wave in the state of Orissa? The polls don't seem to suggest so, but what is the feedback that you're getting from the ground?
I think when we talk about regional parties, the underlying strength of them, of course, are the hundreds of millions of Indians spread across states like Odisha and Tamil Nadu and Andhra Pradesh and many others, where they strongly support the policies and the governance standards which regional parties have brought in. Now, when Shri Modi was here in Odisha, he had a big public rally, but we have seen that before. We have seen national leaders from various parties come and hold large public rallies which don't translate into votes. I'm not going to speculate as to how many votes the BJP will actually get in Odisha, but apart from all the opinion polls, anybody who goes around, just walks around, goes to the tea stalls, asks the common citizen, the average voter in Odisha, I think you get a strong sense that they are happy with the BJD's governance, with Naveen Patnaik's leadership, and it looks like they're strongly inclined to endorse it again.
Panda, while you say that voters are happy with the BJD government, there have been corruption charges leveled against the BJD government in Orissa. For example, in the coal scam, in the mining case, we have seen how corruption charges have had an impact on the Congress and the UPA. They have been decimated on account of the corruption taint. Are you not concerned or worried that some of this corruption taint may dent the BJD's prospects in Orissa as well? Plus, there is, of course, anti-incumbency that you will have to deal with.
We must all take corruption allegations very seriously because if we claim that we want to bring in good governance standards, you can't mock at any of these allegations. But I want to reiterate that mining allegations are not unique to Odisha. They are spread across the country wherever you have mineral resources in states like Karnataka and Goa. But there is one very big difference, and I think this is why the public distinguishes in what has happened in Odisha, because at the first instance, at the first information 3 or so years ago of irregularities in the mining sector, the state government did crack down. It closed down many mines. It has arrested both government officials. It has arrested mine owners. It has prosecuted them. Now, it's a different matter that they have all got stays in courts, and we have to respect the judicial process. Now, this is different from what happened in other states where no strict action was taken until courts ordered those actions to be taken. So I think mining has its problems and we need to sort them out and streamline them. But I think the people distinguish between what a state government can do and has done.
Well, a discussion on the solutions to actually rid the malaise surrounding the mining sector will go on forever. But Jay, let me move to the other issues. Let me ask you, are you closer? Is the BJD closer to the Gujarat development model? Are you closer to the Congress's inclusive growth ideology? Where do you find yourself gravitating towards today?
I see where you are trying to draw me into. And I will reiterate what I have told you and I have told in public many times, which is that our party president, Naveen Patnaik, has made it very clear that we are equidistant from both the Congress and the BJP, and we are not gravitating towards anyone. We have demonstrated that we are capable of giving good governance in Odisha, and we are acting in the interest not just of Odisha, but of the country, both economically as well as other governance issues like social programs. If you see the kind of economic growth that Odisha has managed over the past decade, I think it's enviable. I think anybody sitting on Dalal Street or anywhere else ought to take cognizance of that.
That's as politically correct as you can be. You're equidistant from both the BJP and the Congress, but I'm going to push you harder, Jay. I'm going to ask you what Arvind Kejriwal was asked, that if there were a gun to your head, who would you much rather do business with? Would you do business with Narendra Modi if he falls short of the numbers, or would you prop up a Congress coalition?
Now, I think that is the very problem which I think you've touched the raw nerve, which some of these big national parties think they can actually put a gun to the head of regional parties. Our attitude is we do not do business by having a gun held to our head. We will simply disarm that gun.
But Jay, still, if it boils down to numbers, and if overtures were made to you by the BJP, would you consider striking an alliance with the BJP? You've done that in the past. Would you consider going back?
Being made are not a hypothetical situation. Despite what has been said in public, overtures are constantly being made towards us to try to attract us. And I don't mean just one of the, both major parties do that all the time, behind the scenes.
So are you saying that the BJP has actually reached out to you, Jay Panda? Has the BJP sought the support of Naveen Patnaik and the Biju Janata Dal?
No, nothing in particular. What I'm saying is, despite what they say overtly, over the past 5 or 10 years, both major parties have, made it abundantly clear that they would be happy if we would support them. But that has not been our position, because Odisha has not been served well by them. And it is clear that Odisha's people are responding to and rewarding the kind of independent line that BJD, led by Naveen Patnaik, has been asserting. So there's no reason for us to veer from that line.
But Jay Panda, you're not categorically ruling out an alliance with the BJP. So in a sense, you're still leaving the window open, are you not?
I'm doing no such thing. You're trying to put words in my mind. All I would say is that the party president has made it abundantly clear that we are equidistant and we have no gravitational forces pushing us in one way or another. And I'm not going to speculate, not going to indulge in any further speculation than that.
Okay, Jay, you said you don't want to speculate on the numbers that the BJD is likely to get. But let me ask you this, and perhaps you're going to be more candid about this. How many seats do you give the BJP? How many seats do you give the Congress in this election?
Again, I'm neither a psephologist nor an astrologer. I think there are plenty of opinion polls out there. You can take your pick. I don't want to speculate, but I will tell you about the BJD. I won't give you a specific number, but the sense that we get is that we will do even better than we did last time, which was very, very strong.
Okay, so you're hoping to better your performance over the last election. I want to ask you this. Rahul Gandhi said that the India Shining campaign was brilliant, but one that got everyone disconnected from reality, and look how the bubble burst then for the BJP. He says the Congress is going to win in 2014, and we're going through an India Shining kind of phase where people are buying into the Modi magic, but perhaps we're going to see a result just like we did in 2004. Do you believe the Rahul Gandhi hypothesis, or do you think that the Congress is a bit disconnected from reality?
If anybody thinks that the India Shining campaign was a good campaign, I find it hard to believe. My party was a part of the NDA when that India Shining campaign came out, and we were horrified.
Rahul Gandhi was being sarcastic when he said that. He was being sarcastic when he said that, I have to point out.
Sorry, I didn't quite catch the sarcasm. There is a little bit of a time lag because of the satellite link up between your questioning and my answers. No, clearly, any party that claims to a nation where we still have a lot of poverty, that you have it very good, is out of touch with reality. So clearly that is not right. But again, to look backwards to the policies of the 1970s as a solution to the problems of 2014 is also out of touch with reality. We must have modern day solutions to the problems that have continued so far. We must actually push forward the agenda of economic growth without compromising social equity. What we have seen at the center, unfortunately, is the pendulum swinging very rapidly from one side to another, that it's as if you have a choice of either economic growth or social equity. I don't agree. There is clearly a via media possible, and states like Odisha and some others have already demonstrated that, and we need to have that achieved on a national level.
All right, you're not ruling out an alliance with either the Congress or the BJP. You're saying you're equidistant. Jai Panda, here's wishing you the very best of luck as you head to the polls. Thanks very much for joining us on The Candidate on CNBC TV.